The Latte Factor by David Bach illustrates the power of the amount of money spent to purchase a latte. Written by the same author as The Automatic Millionaire, a book demonstrating how anyone can become rich by setting aside money on a regular basis, the Latte Factor explains one of the most simple concepts of investing. Small amounts of money spent on a regular basis cost us far more than we realize, and in many cases, hampers our ability to become financially independent. This simple concept has generated some controversy from the finance community, and for logical reasons. David Bach uses a $5 price point for a latte, which may or may not be true for everyone, and he assumes we can earn a 10 to 11% return on our money. While those are valid arguments made by critics, they're missing the point Bach is trying to make. The latte factor isn't about the literal cost of whatever seemingly insignificant purchases we make regularly. Regardless, this simple concept can teach you everything you need to know to become rich. These are the 7 main concepts we can learn from this. My name is Chris, and I help teach people about money, personal finance, and investing. If you're interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video is helpful. Compounding. Small amounts of money invested over time can turn into shockingly large sums. $5 invested every day, earning an average of 10%, grows into about $330,000 in 30 years. Often, people spend money without realizing how much that could otherwise be worth in the future. As Albert Einstein put it, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Once it starts working in your favor, you'll be amazed at how the growth accelerates and doesn't slow down. Some of us have heard the question, would you rather have $1 million today or 1 penny doubled every day for a month? 1 penny doubled every day for 30 days is an incredible $5.4 million. However, it's important to note that it's all about the power of doubling. If you had asked the same question but changed the doubling time to just 27 days, you would only have $671,000, less than that original $1 million. Time. The example assumes that you invest $5 every day for 30 years. But what if you were able to increase that to 40 years? That $5 would grow into precisely $888,000, enough to provide a comfortable retirement in many cases. If you start early enough, or if you're healthy and are likely to live a long time, that's certainly doable. On the other hand, the $5 per day for only 20 years would amount to about $115,000. This is still a large chunk of money, but you can see how the figures grow exponentially when time is added. The amount of time your money is left invested is a huge factor of how much it will grow to. In the finance community, you always hear people pushing the idea to invest as early on as possible, and that's because time is on your side. Warren Buffett is a perfect example of this. He started investing at 11 years old and he's now 90. That amazing length of time is one of the largest, if not the largest factor, that has made him as wealthy as he is today. Return. Critics have mentioned that David Bach's assumption of a 10 or 11% return is unreasonable. They suggest that it's possible to get that occasionally, but not over a long period of time. This is a sound argument because a small percentage change in your returns can make astronomical differences over time. However, the average return for the S&P 500 is about 10% per year over the last 90 years. That doesn't mean the market will continue to grow at the same rate forever. It could slow down, leaving investors with little or no growth. The S&P 500 could also grow at a much faster rate, or you could purchase a growth fund that only owns stocks that are likely to grow at a higher than average rate. $5 invested every day for 30 years at a 10% return is $330,000. But if that money only earned a 7% return, which many say is more reasonable, it comes out to $184,000, a pretty significant difference. This is one of the other main reasons why Warren Buffett has become so successful. Historically, he's been able to generate market-beating returns. Combine that with the length of time he's been investing, and you're pretty much guaranteed to become extremely rich. More than lattes. Focusing on the literal cost of a latte is missing the point that Bach is trying to make. The idea applies to everything we spend money on, like Netflix, an extra car, meals out, or cigarettes. The cost of a pack of cigarettes is over $6, and the average smoker smokes more than 1 pack per day. One tip to cut back on spending is to take a look at what purchases last and what purchases are gone almost immediately. In other words, a latte provides no residual value. Once it's gone, it's gone. Families can remove hundreds of dollars per month from their spending by taking a closer look at their bills. If a family can cut $250 per month from their budget, invested at 10% over a 30-year career, that amounts to $542,000. Ask yourself if that $250 that would have been spent provides more value than the $542,000 you'd have in the future. It's fine, whichever the answer is, but it's important to know how much that $250 really amounts to. The idea is to get the most value from money. Habits. Some think that the latte factor is silly because they want to enjoy life, and it's hard to fault them for that. As much as we think buying things will make us happy, the truth is, we spend money on things that don't really provide much happiness. It might give some immediate gratification, but the joy is short-lived. If you gave up your lattes for a month, would you really be less happy? Chances are that you barely missed a latte that was gone in a matter of minutes. If you really appreciate your latte, there's nothing wrong with that. But the habits of spending money on various meaningless items on a regular basis is what will cost you your financial freedom. Smoking is an extremely expensive habit that costs enormous amounts of money over a career. It's important to spend money on things that are important to you, but only if you're saving and investing a portion of money on a regular basis. You're able to enjoy the best of both worlds by doing this. Control. When it comes to money, many have little to no self-control. A lot of people avoid accountability by blaming the actual problem of lack of control on something else. Instead, they blame it on the system and those that are more successful than them. There's no denying the readily available opportunities for credit and impulse spending, both of which are designed to get people to spend as much money as possible. Of course, things happen that are beyond our control, but the latte factor demonstrates that we have far more control over our financial situation than we realize. Most people can find a way to save $5 every day, whether that involves increasing income by working a little extra or paying off debt to free up cash. The need for self-control doesn't go away when you have more money. In fact, self-control is especially important to prevent making catastrophic money mistakes when you have hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars at your discretion. A bad decision or two could erase a lifetime of dedicated investing progress. Small amounts matter. Don't underestimate the value of a dollar when it's invested and compounded over time. $1 isn't much money, but the possibilities that dollar will present in the future can be remarkable. We spend money on needs and wants, but every dollar we can save and invest will compound over time. The simple principle of saving small amounts over time provides the ability for people to build wealth on nearly any income. The idea that $5 per day can make someone wealthy is foreign to many. It's common to hear someone say that they can't afford to save money, but what they don't realize is the small amounts that are needed to grow to a large amount over time. When people are made aware of the potential of a $5 bill, they're more likely to make responsible decisions that will continually reward them.